Hello, all of you eager listeners here on the Spirit Radio, and welcome to a rather impromptu broadcast from us here at Spirit Radio Productions. This video is not one of the episodic ones. If you're looking for some more scary stories and more of the spooky tales of the ongoing saga with the host and such, then this is not one of them. This is just to keep you updated and in the loop as to what's going to be happening with the channel and what directions we want to take it. There's going to be some negatives, but hopefully we'll be leading on to some positives as well. In light of things that have happened recently, as we know, YouTube has changed some of their terms of services, and it feels like every time we try and set ourselves a goal in order to be able to achieve what they're asking of us, the mileposts keep getting moved further and further away. That is demotivating, to say the least. Every time we've sort of said we'll reach this target, and the target changes, and then it becomes higher and higher up, and it's a bit depressing. But you know what? We're not going to abandon YouTube. We're not going to be leaving YouTube. We're still going to be releasing content, and trying to find ways of making more content for you. So no, we will not be leaving YouTube. It's just that in light of things that happened, we decided to take this month to sort of take a sit back and look at what we wanted to do with the channel. As a result, one of the negatives is that we will not be releasing an episode this month. I know, a shock. It's only one episode per month. How could we miss that? Well, we just really wanted to sort of sit back and think what, as a whole, we could do to better the channel for all of you. As you know, we released an animatic for a project known as Awakened Armory. There's not been much light on that, but rest assured that is something that is still very, very, very much in the works. We're looking at speaking with different artists, speaking with different voice actors. We want this to be a big project, and we know what we're trying to achieve. It's just having the skill and the means to be able to achieve those goals. One of the things we are going to be adding to the channel is a third project. It's a second project based in the Awakened Armory world, but a third project overall. That may sound like we're cutting things a little bit thin, but it's for the best. It's a project that we've been sort of scripting and working on, and we want to use that as a way of bettering our skills so that when we do approach Awakened Armory and we get that project set up and running and involved for everyone that's a part of it, hopefully it will be the standard that we wanted it to be. So this project that we're going to be working on, this third mysterious as unyet named project, is basically going to be a work in progress, or like a prequel sequel, separate world entity connected to Awakened Armory, and we're going to be using that to hopefully see how you feel about it, see if it's something that you're going to be interested in, and to try and build on the channel and the amount of content that we're creating as a channel. We will not be stopping on Spirit Radio. Spirit Radio is still going to be doing the monthly broadcasts. We're only going to be missing this month because this was a month where we really wanted to get everything together. We wanted to sort of evaluate everything and see where we wanted to go with the year as it's up and coming, and how we could create better content for all of you. Another thing I was toying around with the idea is potentially creating maybe not weekly, but maybe another monthly videos released at a different time in the month where we address other channels, or we speak about other things, or just sort of like a spirit shout out, as it were, just 5 or 10 minutes just to sort of say thank you very much to all of you, and to help to promote other people, because the way I see it is that YouTube at the moment really needs to stand together more so than ever. I know all of us are competing with each other to be able to get those views and to be able to get that fan base, but there's room enough in this community for all of us, I feel, and it's just making sure that not only do we create better content, but that we can support other people who are in the same boat as us. There'll be other creators out there that are trying to get their first start, as it were, and I think it's important that we support each other and we lend a hand to each other to get through these difficult times, and hopefully we can create a better environment and a more positive environment. I think there's a lot of YouTubers that are sharing the view of positivity, and whereas a lot of the horror stories that we relate to are are very negative, and obviously they're very, very spooky, and hopefully that's the intention. That's good. We want to be able to scare the pants off of you, but we also want to be able to make sure that the fame and the success that we get from the channel is used in a good and in a positive way. Which is part of the reason why I'm sitting here addressing you, so that I'm not just this faceless entity behind, like all of us here that have worked on these productions, who I want to give a massive shout out to. I want to give a massive shout out to Flo, who has helped with the editing at the beginning, Orange Chan, who is one of the other editors and the artists who has worked with us, Opcrom, who is in charge of all of the channel's artwork, and who I'm incredibly grateful for all of his work, Darth Assassin, who's lent his vocal skills and his editing skills in both audio and visual, and also Jessica, who is the voice of the producer and who has lent her skills regarding some of the horror stories and tweaking them a little bit to make them a little bit spookier than what we already had. And also every single one of the callers, every single voice actor who has lent their talents and who has lent their skills. There are far too many of you to list. If you go through every single video, I have tried to make sure that I have included links to them, credit to them. Please go through, and if nothing else, look at the descriptions, check them out. Some of them will be more than happy to work with whatever you're asking for, like for other productions and everything. Give them a chance, let them be heard. That's the theme of the channel, as you may have noticed in some of the productions. It's always the voices in the dark, and that's kind of what we're about. Making sure that each other is supported, and that you give them the chance in the same way that you've given us a chance. To all of the subscribers, I also want to say thank you so very, very much. I'm so grateful for every last one of you. It's incredible to think that this was something that started literally just as a sort of like an exercise in story writing, and try and go back to the old kind of like horror radio broadcasts from like the 1930s and 40s, and here we are. We're still making stuff. We now have an audience. It's very meagre at the moment, but we're working on it. It's getting there, I swear. But the most important thing is, I think, the quality of the fans that we have is so good. I am grateful for every last one of you, and thank you for all of you for everything that you've done. I greatly appreciate it. I could sit here and talk for another half an hour about how grateful I am for everyone, but I don't think that's necessarily what you want to hear. Just give yourself a great big pat on the back, and if you listen to this, give yourself a great big pat on the back as well. We do have a Patreon. I promised that if we reached a certain number limit of views on the Awakened Armory animatic, that I would open up a Patreon, and we have. We now have a Patreon. Yay! I won't be begging for money or saying repeatedly, pledge to us. Just there's a link in the channels. There should be a link in the description. We don't have much at the moment. We're still working on that. We're still trying to figure out what people want in terms of rewards, of what you would like. Let us know if you want to write down in the description if there's something that you would like to see in terms of rewards. Please keep it serious. This is something that would be really appreciated, and we do want to kind of look back at this feedback and say, hey, this is something that would really help us out. So that's something that we'd be grateful for if you could give us feedback there and say, hey, what would you like to see more of? What would you like to see? Would you like to see more of Spirit Radio? Would you like to see more of Awakened Armory? That kind of stuff. It all helps. It's all something that would be very, very grateful for. We have a Redbubble, understandably. We don't have much merchandise at the moment, but we've made a few sales. Yay! Woo! We've got some people that are interested in the stuff that we offer. All of that, again, everything, whether it be a pledge on Patreon or whether it be purchasing something through our Redbubble, we are working on getting more stuff up on that Redbubble for you. More merchandise for you, stuff that will be related to Awakened Armory, stuff that will be related to the characters, stuff that will be related to Spirit Radio. Something that you'd like to have in your house, or that would scare the heck out of you. I know that some of those throw cushions, I guess, if you've got a lot of dark furniture and you buy one of those throw cushions, I mean, like, woof, that's that's pretty spooky. Just feel free to check them out. Again, all of that, very, very grateful for anyone and everyone who pledges, purchases, anything at all. It all matters, and like I said, this month we will not be releasing an episode, but we want to make sure that we're creating better content for this year. better content for all of you, better content for the listeners, more content for you as well. The main reason behind Awakened Armory and this other side project is that even if you're not a big fan of the horror channel stuff that we do, we still wanted to create content out there for people. We want it to be that regardless of what your tastes are, there'll be something. If you want something that's a bit more comedy, if you want something that's a bit more action, if you want something that's a bit more visual, if you want something that's more horror or just audio that you can just kick back and relax and listen to, we're here. That's what we're trying to do. So from all of us here at the Spirit Radio, I just want to kind of tidy this up and everything and just say thank you again. Thank you so very, very much. I don't know what this new year will bring, but we're not going to give up. We're going to continue to make more stuff, more content, more things for you to listen to and enjoy, more things for you to watch as well, hopefully. So please watch this space. Please share, subscribe, link to us. You know, like if you've got Twitter, please let us know. Please let other people know about us, promote us. It's something that the channel is going to grow. The channel is going to move on. So this is kind of a lull. Not a lull, although we've had a fair few of those in making this. This is just kind of a lull, like the quiet before the storm, as it were. We're gonna pick things up, and we're gonna be running with spooky stories and with content for all of you out there. So please share, like, subscribe, promote us in any way that you can. It would mean so much to all of us here. And for me, you're very, very, very gracious, grateful, and grim host. Thank you once again for absolutely everything, and we look forward to doing more and more content for you in the future. Take care, and for once, I guess I'll say sleep well, rest easy, and remember, nighttime is our time.